since July 15, 1964. Release of Hollywood history. Welcome aboard.
Make sure y'all can get over here, put your hand up in the air, get the attention of the studio tour ambassador so that they can grab on y'all here. But y'all may be wondering who I am, though. Hi, everybody. A little bit of our studio that we're going to be venturing on down to. Our studio is about 400 acres. So our tour today is going to be about 45 minutes to an hour long, all right? It's an emergency, or if y'all drop something of value off the side of the tram, or have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the ready cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist y'all as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember, choose that red cord above y'all's head if you need any assistance. This studio is kind of prominent. For 25 cents, get a nice little meal, sit in some bleachers, and watch all these productions get made. Up on your major stage.
就是不同用，看你想拍像一个这样。
Now this first part of the network has gone over to Brownstone
不进去好像。
And Brownstone Street has been used in one of my favorite films, 2003's Bruce Almighty, starring Jim Carrey.
他以前在里面转。
And if y'all take a look at the steps up there on your screens, and to the ones over here on the right, y'all will see those are the same steps that Jim Carrey was running that dog down.
Oh, you're done.
BEAU. And while Brownstone Street is very BEA beautiful, so is the rest of our metro sets, especially this next part of them. Now y'all might recognize from Back to the Future and Back to the Future Part 2. Welcome everybody to Courthouse.
Back to the Future，那里那 Clock Tower。
他在拍。
那是可能那个 VIP 的才可以啊。
VIP 才可以站下来，他说 VIP 才可以下来走。
And if y'all take a look at the courthouse up on your screens there, and to the one over here on the left, y'all will notice that they aren't exactly identical. And that's because with a lot of our sets here on the lot, we tend to keep the outsides of them pretty empty, free of all these props and decorations that y'all see on your screens, like the street lights, the street signs, the lights on the tree. That way, when we do have different productions that move on in here, it's a little bit easier for them to add all the props and items that they might need, since the needs for productions do vary just a tiny bit. Even the giant columns on y'all screens, those can be added right to the courthouse over here on the lot. But the next part and final part of our metro sets that we're heading on through today, we call New York Street. And even though it's called New York Street, it can still be any major city you want it to be in the world. But actually, speaking of New York, my co-host Jimmy Fallon is no stranger to the Big Apple.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighbor. What's that mugged over there? An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just, just walking there.
他每天都有这种会有他们怎么拍啊？还是都已经拍过了？
就改来改去，你看。
Metro sets.
他在
You
配
can
合
make
这
it here. You can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
That's right, Jimmy. And we can film it all over here, including one of the most popular reality competitions on television, American Ninja Warrior.
Hey, Studio Tour, this is Aqua Bonjavia Miller, and did you know that we filmed American Ninja Warrior right here?
要照片吗？
你要照你可以照。
I like things that just take you away from your real life. Sweet love adventure, culminating in does. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to the Lost Island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. It was great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet. just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
That's right, y'all.
还没有啊，
In a sense, this is like a mini sequel.
还没开始啊。
A mini continuation. We're just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in our feature film. And this is, another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie. We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality of Kong. He's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster. He is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature of Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive. They're full of emotion. His eyes are like a window into his personality and his heart. He's had an enormous number of encounters with his toads, the T-Rexes, and the various dinosaurs and Skull Island. So
also a couple of my favorites over here, going all the way back to the Stone Age with the Flintstone vehicles from the 1994 film The Flintstones. Those ones are my favorite because the shell that they're made out of there is just fiberglass and foam rubber. Now we do also got a couple from the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World film franchises, and some from Jordan Peele's film universe, like the Crawdaddy boat from his film Us. And to round us off, we got some amazing picture cars from the 2007 film Transformers. But with that gyrosphere from Jurassic World though, y'all may have noticed it was missing the glass shell that it has around it in the film. And that's because it never actually had any of that. To see the reflection of the entire crew behind the camera, taking y'all out of that lovely dino magic. Oh, actually, speaking of dinos, y'all, looks like my friend John Hammond is here with a message for us.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh, thank you for the warm welcome, Mr. Hammond. He's such a sweetheart, y'all. But he's right, though. Welcome to Jurassic Park. All the props and vehicles here were all used in Steven Spielberg's original trilogy of Jurassic Park films. Oh, no, back there we have to... Oh, no. Is it feeding time already? I thought that was later today. Don't worry, y'all. Those dinos there will have to go on the track. But they don't for a little bit. They don't bite too much. And this big one on the left, y'all really don't got to worry about him, alright? That's actually my pet. I feed him real good. I take good care of him, alright? So, he shouldn't bother us today, but just keep your eye on him. He gets a little bit sassy. He gets that from my side of the family, alright? But that mobile lab unit that y'all may have seen that we had over there was from the Lost World Jurassic Park, and it had a very intense scene in the film. And use weather to make their scenes more intense and scary for us. And on our tour today down over here in Old Mexico, we're able to demonstrate for y'all how we can bring some of those lovely weather effects to your favorite TV shows and films. When creating all that weather, there's different parts of it y'all gotta think of and how you're gonna make it, like the thunder, lightning, and of course the rain itself. And we got solutions to all those problems. The sound of thunder is usually added in when filming is done, just because it's a little loud on set and overtakes our actors and actresses' lines. But for our tour today, that thunder is just from a speaker system. Any flashes for lightning y'all may see is from a strobe light on the tops of the buildings. And all we're missing is that lovely rain, which is right. All that rain there is from a sprinkler system that's also on the top of the building. That way all the water falls naturally down to the ground, making it look like it's real rain, even though it's not. But since these water droplets are way bigger than natural rain, when we light them from behind and we start filming, they can pick them up on camera. Wait, you can hear the natural rain. Now y'all can also use rain in your films to demonstrate some other natural processes. Like in disaster films, for instance, it can be used as a big build-up to a flash flood. Or in a science film, y'all can have it as a nice little demonstration for some erosion if you want to. Oh no. Y'all, I think I might have manifested that flood by accident. I'm so sorry, y'all. I hope you brought your poncho. And that flash flood there is one of our oldest attractions that we got here on the studio tour. And it was also used in the film. We get washed on out of Old Mexico. We're heading on over into my home, away from home, our 6 Points Western Fence. Now, I'm a sweet old little Southern belle at heart, so I feel right at home over here in 6 Points. Back during the Western Golden Age, a lot of our Western productions, they were filming out over here. But even though the Golden Age is over, we still get tons of productions out here. We've had Quantum Leap starring Raymond Lee filming in 6 Points. And also director Quentin Tarantino's film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt out over here as well. Now, a lot of the sets in 6 Points are what we call a facade. That means on the other side of a lot of these buildings, well, there ain't really anything there, y'all. They're completely empty on the other side, so we can only film on the outsides of them. Any interiors for them would be built inside of some of our sound stages, and we do got a couple of them back here on the back lot. Now, as we start to mosey on out of 6 Points, y'all are going to see some of those sound stages. They'll be over on your left, just across that lake over there. And those sound stages are also where The Voice films at now. They have wrapped up filming their 23rd season, but I believe they're still doing the blind audition round for their 24th. The sound stages also mark the halfway mark for our tour today. So I just want to remind y'all to stay seated during the entire tour. This studio is private property, so if at any time during the tour y'all drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull that red cord to get my attention, and I'll be back to assist y'all. But please remain seated at all times on the tour.
盖在哪里？
一样地方在
As y'all can see, with 6 Points Mexico, we do got some pretty old and historic filming locations back here on the back lot. And one of these locations where we're headed to right now is where a lot of our monster movies filmed at, like Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and the creature from the Black Lagoon. And from the 1920s to the 1950s, we were known as the home of the monster movie. And this lovely location where most of them filmed at is Little Europe. Little Europe can be anywhere that y'all want it to be in the world. Y'all can also do that with all the sets here on the lot. The way that you would do that is you just change around the languages on the signs that way you can be in different countries. But y'all can also change around light fixtures to be in different time periods if you need to. Little Europe here has been used as Wales and the Wolfman. And it's also been used as the country of Genovia in Disney's The Princess Diaries 2, a royal engagement starring Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews. And it's even been used as a little place known as the Afterlife in The Good Place, starring Kristen Bell and Ted Danson.
Oh.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Come on, this location, the afterlife. Come on, I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad. But
I'm gonna help you.
what is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
就是在这里啊。
对。
And while the bad place doesn't sound too awesome, what is pretty awesome though is that our monster movie, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, starring Lon Chaney, is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. And speaking of our monsters, there was one of them that was almost a little bit different than it ended up being, and that one was Frankenstein's monster. The role of that monster was initially offered over to Bela Lugosi, who played Dracula.
I am Dracula.
But Mr. Lugosi wasn't too fond of the role though. He thought any extra could play it since it didn't really have any lines, but he still agreed to do a makeup test for the character. So that just means we got him all dolled up in the heavy Frankenstein makeup, you know, the flat head that y'all can see right there. And we filmed it a little bit so we could get an idea of what it's going to look like on camera. And when we showed off that makeup test to the director, producer, and some other members of the crew, instead of being afraid of him like he thought that they were all going to be, well, they all ended up laughing at him. They all thought Mr. Lugosi looked real funny, and he didn't think that was too funny though, y'all. So he ended up dropping the role after that. But like he said though, any extra could play it, and we did have an extra right here on the lot who was more than happy to take the role up with open arms, Boris Karloff, who ended up playing Frankenstein. And over the years, our monsters have also been very big inspirations for many different directors, producers, and actors and actresses.
When we think of Universal, we think of monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera. Classic films are just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, flathead, bolts,
It's one of the great icons of the world. That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film. And I was just mesmerized by the movie. Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring around me right now. We love them.
And we do still love our monsters here at Universal. And over the years, we've created many more terrifying